morning? Do we have anyone here who is ready to move New Hampshire forward in 2016? My name is Colin Van Ostern, and I am running for governor of New Hampshire to build a brighter future and a stronger economy where everyone has a chance to succeed, not just those at the top. You know, yesterday was my son Peter's last day of kindergarten. And I am fairly sure that my grin will never again be as big as it was yesterday. I promise you, there is nothing in this world as full of hope and excitement and innocence as a 5-year-old with his entire life ready to unfold ahead of him. What kind of a New Hampshire will he grow up? This is the question that drives me forward every day. The truth is, the decisions we make in the next 2 years will determine our state's future for a decade to come. Will our kids grow up in a state where we keep working together to overcome the opioid crisis? Or will they grow up in a state where we fall prey to finger-pointing and political arguments like we've seen in recent weeks? Will our kids go to high school in a growing, better-connected economy with passenger rail from Boston to Nashua and Manchester, better rural broadband, computer science, and art, and music in every school district, and a modern, efficient, business-friendly state? Or will we return to the past? Will they go on to find great jobs, attend good colleges, graduate without being crushed by debt? Or will New Hampshire become known as first in the nation for our in-state tuition costs, and among last for keeping our young people and our young families here? And finally, I have to ask this week, will our parents kiss our kids to sleep every night with the words Orlando and San Bernardino and Sandy Hook on our minds? Or will we finally use every tool available to defend against terror and hate with common sense gun violence prevention We will stand with you every step of the way, and if the U.S. Senate digs in its heels and refuses you, and refuses the American people, we must step up here in New Hampshire to close the loopholes in our own background checks right here at the state level. As a gun-holding mindset, I promise you that the Second Amendment rights that I support and I exercise are completely consistent with basic, common sense gun violence prevention laws in our country. You know, New Hampshire is a special place, and it's worth fighting for. In my own life, I have seen how this can be the best place in the nation to live and to work and to grow a business and raise a family. I was raised by a single mom, and when I moved here for a job as a young man in my 20s, it was the 18th home I ever moved into. Here, I've had a chance to work as a business leader, driving growth at great employers like Stonyfield Yogurt and Southern New Hampshire University. And I've had the honor to represent 250,000 of my fellow citizens, standing shoulder to shoulder with Governor Hassan on the State Executive Council, to expand Medicaid to 50,000 of our fellow citizens, to drive new investment in solar and renewable energy, to come closer than ever to bringing passenger rail to central New Hampshire, and successfully restoring Planned Parenthood funding as we did 3 of the last 4 years. You did that. New Hampshire is moving in the right direction, and I am proud to be the candidate for governor who is running on a record of these results. Now, I have some news to share today. Soon, probably in the next few weeks, the Executive Council will likely once again have a contract in front of us to restore funding for birth control and cancer screenings and annual exams at our Planned Parenthood health centers. Will you stand with me and Chris Pappas and Maggie Hassan and thousands of women and families to support this basic health care? Chris Commander and his Republican colleagues vote this funding down again this summer, will you elect me as your next governor and elect leaders across the state who are committed to women's health so we can restore this funding once and for all? Well, I'm glad to hear it, because I'm here to ask for your help. I'm running against several millionaires and one son of a governor, and the way we win is by winning together. So with an eye towards winning up and down the ticket this fall, I'm proud to announce that as of today, a full majority of all Democratic state legislators in the state of New Hampshire have endorsed our campaign for governor. 8 local labor union locals, from Teamsters to teachers, grassroots groups like Democracy for America and the Progressive Change Campaign Committee. And most importantly, not dozens, not hundreds, but thousands of everyday New Hampshire citizens in towns all across the state have joined our campaign. The challenges we face are real, but I believe in the people of New Hampshire. I'm an optimist. Are there any optimists here?
Yeah.
The future that we see for New Hampshire is a future brightened by solar panels and accelerated by passenger rail. The future that we see is one where access to health care is protected, whether it's the drug addiction treatment services that we've expanded under Medicaid, which we now must make permanent, or the funding for birth control and annual exams that we must restore. We see a future where we treat every citizen with dignity and equality and respect. We see a future where every kid, no matter which town he or she is from and no matter which family, can go to great schools, earn a good living at a fair wage, and be secure in their retirement. If you see the future that I see, if you feel the passion that I feel for it, I am asking for your help and your vote in this campaign. Join our team, and together we can keep our state moving forward and build a brighter future for the people of New Hampshire, for our seniors and our students, for our veterans and our union members, for our small business leaders and our educators, and most importantly, for our kids. Join us. Thank you very, very much.